Welcome to bestfreetech.com, where we connect you to technology that helps you run your business, side hustle, or hobby.
Welcome to this tutorial, where we will create our very own coming soon landing page with email opt-in form. By the time you finish this tutorial, you will have a custom landing page informing your audience, clients or prospects what they can look forward to from your business and when they can expect to have access to it. The template on your screen is the template we will be customizing in this tutorial. Okay, so first things first, you need to copy the link for the template and paste the link for the template in the web browser. Next, you either log in or you'll sign up. So you'll log in if you have an account, or you will click the sign up option if you don't have an account. And this will give you access to the Groove.cm platform for free. Now, once you sign in, you will come to the main dashboard. You will be able to access Groove pages, Groove funnels, where we're going to edit the template via the quick links. Optionally, you can hover over the G to access the apps, or you can click on the 4 dots here and access the apps here as well. So let's just go to the quick links and then we're going to open the editor for the template that we downloaded. And we're going to go on Pages on the left side menu to edit our page. Okay, so now we come over to Pages and click on the opt-in page, which is the first page. Now, we're going to start to customize the page for our business and our brand. The first element you have is a logo placeholder. If you have a logo for your business or your brand, you can simply click on Configure to change the image. You can click Choose Image and select the image or the logo from your device. Click Choose Image, choose the image from your device and upload it. If you do not have a logo, you can simply make sure its container is selected here and delete the logo. It is super easy. So remember, if you do not have a logo, you can simply delete the logo placeholder, or you can click the logo and replace it with your own logo. Be sure to click Save. The next thing we're going to do is update the copy on the page to match our brand, our business, and what we want to say. Once we have our copy edited, we click Save to save our changes. Next thing we're going to do is update the countdown timer. When you click on one of the numbers, you're going to go down to the bottom and click on Countdown to select the entire counter. Then go to the right and click on Configure. And there are a few options for the timer. The first is Fixed. Fixed simply means the countdown timer will count down to a specific date or specific time. So you can select the date that it's counting down to, and then you can set it to count down to that date at midnight. Your other option is countdown to that date at a specific time. Next, we can choose what to do when the countdown time reaches 0. So your options are do nothing, or go to a page within your site that you've built. You can also have it go to an outside URL or outside website. You can have the page show or hide certain blocks. And lastly, you can add 24 hours to the timer. So those are your options. Whichever option you choose, you can always come back and update this selection. So let's select a date. Click the year to change the year. Click the month to change the month and then click Next. And you can select the day and then click Update here. Once you update, then the timer updates the time. That looks great. Okay, let's review what we've done so far. We have updated our logo at the top of the page, but you also need to update your logo in the footer of the page. If you have a logo, replace the placeholder image in the footer. If you do not have a logo, delete the logo placeholder image in the footer. Remember, to delete the logo in the footer, you should select the logo and the container, and then delete it. Also, don't forget to update your company name in the footer as well. Now that we have our logos updated, we have our site copy updated. In addition, we've customized our countdown timer. Let's review the other options for the countdown timer. Your other options for the countdown timer are daily, which means you have the timer countdown daily to a specific time of day. And then you can select what to do when the timer reaches 0. The options are Do nothing. Go to a separate page in your site. Go to an outside website. Or show and hide blocks on the page. And then your third option for the countdown timer is to have the timer count down from the time the customer comes to your page. So from the time that they land on your page, you can set a countdown timer for a specific amount of days, hours, minutes, and seconds. If you don't want to include days, you can set it for hours, minutes, and seconds. With this timer, when the customer revisits your page, you can tell the countdown timer to continue, or you can tell it to reset the timer. That is pretty cool. And then you can tell the timer to do nothing. Go to another page within your site. Go to another URL. Show or hide blocks, or add 24 hours once the countdown timer reaches 0. For this tutorial, we'll select fixed and save it. Let's move on to other elements you can edit on your template. The next element you can update on your page is the background. So if this background doesn't fit your company or your branding, you can select the block. Then click background on the right side menu and scroll down. You can delete the existing background photo and choose another image you already have. If you want to add a different background image, you can go to pexels.com to get free royalty-free images you can use for your background. You may also go to pixabay.com to get royalty-free images for your background. And the other option for your landing page background is video. If you want to use video background, you will have to toggle this on. And then you would select which platform the video is on, whether Vimeo, Wistia, YouTube, or Groove Video. Select the platform the video is saved to, and you would input the video ID from the platform and customize it here. For this tutorial, we're going to stay with image. The other element you can edit is parallax. You can keep it parallax, which means that the text moves around the image. Or you can take parallax off by unchecking the box. And the difference is the image and text move together without the parallax box selected. We're going to keep parallax selected. Before we continue, we're going to click save on our amazing work. Okay, so we've reached the final part of the tutorial. The last element that needs to be customized is our opt-in form. This is how you will collect your leads. The form you see on the page now is merely a placeholder. We will need to insert your custom form here. We will do that via our Groove Mail form. If you don't know how to create a Groove Mail form, there is a link to the tutorial in the description. So now we're going to go over to the left side menu to Elements. Once we have Elements selected, we're going to scroll down to Groove Apps. Next, we are going to drag in the Groove Mail form, and we can drop it right above the fake form or placeholder form. Now that we have dragged and dropped in our Groove Mail form, the first thing you will notice is that it looks nothing like our fake form. But no worries, we're going to correct that. First thing we're going to do is click on the Groove Mail form. Notice that it is selected here in the menu at the bottom. We're going to go over to Configure, and we're going to select the form that we already created in Groove Mail. And then we're going to select the page, which is the thank you page. Redirect. Once you select the thank you page redirect, click on the Update button. So immediately, see that the look of the form has changed. Here's a quick tip. If you like the color scheme of this page, I recommend that you copy the hex color of the button. You do that by clicking on the button, clicking on Design, click on Background and click the drop down by the color. And you can copy the hex color from here. Now, with your Groove Mail form submit button selected, click on Background, click on Color and paste in the hex code you copied previously, or enter your customized hex color code. Now notice when you hover, it's a different color. If you want to change that, select the button Background, click Hover, click the color and paste the hex code. So now when we click, it's the same color as when we're not clicked on it. So now you may want the rounded shape of this button. To achieve this, you would select Border and drag the line all the way to the right to get the pill-shaped button. If you want your email form to have the same shape, click on Border and drag the line all the way to the right. If you're collecting first name as well, repeat this process for all fields. Let's continue with updating your opt-in form. You have the ability to view how this page will look on different devices. Let's look at the mobile phone view, because we want to make sure that the page looks good on different devices. Now, it is possible to make your form look exactly like the fake form, but in this tutorial, I'm going to show a simple way to update the form. Your form will look like the mobile view and the tablet view. Notice that in the desktop view, the email and submit button overlap. However, when you look at the mobile view, you will notice that the email and submit button are stacked on top of the other. Since most people view your site on a mobile device, I recommend that you design for mobile first. In addition, to keep this tutorial simple, we will maintain the stacked design for our form and submit button. One more note before we get started. You can edit this form in the view that you want to see. So for instance, if you only want to edit the desktop view, you can toggle this off and select the desktop view only for editing. Also, in this tutorial, to differentiate the views, we're going to change the text color for each view. Now, it's time to edit the size of the form fields and submit button. To change the size of the fields on the desktop version, select Fix Width and enter the size. Then select Fixed Height and enter the size. And we're going to enter the same size for the email field as well. As a side note, if you only want your form to collect email, that would be set up when you create your Groove Mail form. The link for that tutorial is in the description. Once you have updated the input field and submit button size, it's time to update the submit button text. You can update the text on our submit button by clicking on Configure, entering the text you want, then click Update. You can also change the font heaviness and size of the font. And that looks awesome. Once you have this form to your liking on the desktop view, you can simply delete the fake form here. Then, click Save. It's time to check our device views. Now, we're going to start with the laptop view and change the text color so we can differentiate the view. Let's go with yellow text color on the laptop view. We will also update the form size on the laptop view. Take note that I'm updating each device view for this demonstration only, so that you will be able to see the different device views when we preview our finished page at the end of this tutorial. Remember, you do not have to make changes to each device size. You could, in fact, turn the toggle on for all device sizes and your changes will apply to all device types. It is still a good idea to check each device view as you make changes. Now notice, because I toggled it back onto all sizes before I made changes, everything looks the same on all devices. But let's say we want the mobile view to look slightly different. We can make the text a little bit smaller when viewed on mobile. Also, let's change the text color for the mobile view. And let's make the text a different color on the tablet view. Okay, that looks good. And don't forget to click Save. So now we're going to do a preview of our changes. Click the eye icon to open a separate preview page. Now, we're going to shrink the size of the preview page and watch as our site changes. The changing text color will indicate the device view we are previewing. First, we see the mobile view. Here is the tablet view. Now, we see the horizontal tablet view. And this is the laptop view. And lastly, you see the desktop view. So, there you have it. You have just successfully created your landing page with countdown timer and opt-in form to collect leads. Be sure to check the links below for more tutorials and resources.